Dwayne Douglas Johnson, born May 2, 1972, also known by his ring name The Rock, is an American actor, businessman, and professional wrestler. Personal life. In 2009, Johnson obtained Canadian citizenship through his father's birth and citizenship there. In 2017, he had the small Brahma bull tattoo on his right arm covered with a larger half-sleeve tattoo of a bull's skull. Johnson is a supporter of the Samoa National Rugby League team and publicly pledged his support to the team during the 2021 Rugby League World Cup when the team made the finals for the first time. Johnson has experienced multiple episodes of depression beginning in his college years. He has spoken publicly about the importance of seeking help and being open about mental health struggles, advocating for increased awareness and support. Relationships. Johnson first met Dany Garcia when they were both University of Miami students in the early 1990s. They married on May 3, 1997. She is a businesswoman, International Fitness and Bodybuilding Federation professional bodybuilder, and producer. They have one child, Simone, a daughter, who was born August 14, 2001, in Davie, Florida. In 2003, Johnson got a partial Samoan P tattoo on his left side. In August 2004, in recognition of his service to the Samoan people, and because he is a descendant of Samoan chiefs, Johnson was given the noble title Soli, meaning the son of Malietoa, Alo o Malietoa, by Malietoa Tanumafili II during his visit there. On June 1, 2007, Johnson and Garcia announced they were separating amicably. In 2007, Johnson began dating Lauren Hashian, the daughter of Sib Hashian, the drummer for the band Boston. They met in 2006 while Johnson was filming The Game Plan. In May 2008, his divorce to Garcia was finalized. On August 18, 2019, Johnson and Hashian married in Hawaii. They have two daughters, Jasmine and Tiana, and live in Los Angeles. They also maintain a farm in Virginia and a home in Southwest Ranches, Florida. In February 2020, WWE announced that Johnson's daughter Simone had started training at the WWE Performance Center, making her the first fourth-generation WWE wrestler. On May 16, Johnson announced she had signed a contract with WWE, and in May 2022 announced that her ring name would be Ava Raine. She has since been appearing on the NXT brand. Early life and education. As a senior at Freedom High School in Bethlehem Township, Pennsylvania, Johnson was a member of the school's football, track and field, and wrestling teams when, he says, his thought process started to change. That's when I started thinking about goals and what I wanted to accomplish. Johnson was born in Hayward, California, on May 2, 1972, the son of Mateni Ufegamaliata Adafidasemanu, Namaivea, and former professional wrestler Rocky Johnson, born Wade Douglas Bowles. Growing up, he briefly lived in Grey Lynn in Auckland, New Zealand, with his mother's family, where he played rugby and attended Richmond Road Primary School before returning to the U.S. Johnson's father was a black Nova Scotian and his mother is Samoan. His father and Tony Atlas were the first black tag team champions in WWE history. In 1983, his mother is the adopted daughter of Peter Maivea, who is also a professional wrestler. Johnson's maternal grandmother Leah was one of the first female pro wrestling promoters, taking over Polynesian Pacific Pro Wrestling after her husband's death in 1982 and managing it until 1988. Through his maternal grandfather Maivea, Johnson is a non-blood relative of the Anoa'i wrestling family. In 2008, he inducted his father and grandfather into the WWE Hall of Fame. Johnson attended Montclair Elementary School in Charlotte, North Carolina, and then moved to Hamden, Connecticut, where he attended Shepherd Glen Elementary School and then Hamden Middle School. He attended President William McKinley High School in Honolulu and then Glencliff High School and McGavick High School, both in Nashville, Tennessee, and then Freedom High School in Bethlehem Township, Pennsylvania, in the Lehigh Valley region of the state, where he graduated in 1990. At Freedom High School, Johnson initially struggled and was drawn into a culture of conflict and petty crime. By age 17, he had been arrested several times for fighting, theft, and check fraud, and was suspended 2 weeks for fighting. An article in the local newspaper labeled him a troubled teenager with a history of run-ins with police. But Freedom High School football coach Jody Quick saw athletic potential in Johnson and recruited him to join the school's football team, where he played defensive tackle, an experience that proved to be a significant personal transformation for Johnson. My thought process started to change. That's when I started thinking about goals and what I wanted to accomplish, he has since said about his high school football experience. In addition to playing football, Johnson also was a member of Freedom High School's track and field and wrestling teams. By his senior year at Freedom High School, Johnson had played only 2 years of football, but was offered a full athletic scholarship offer from the University of Miami, whose football program was beginning to emerge as one of the nation's top-level NCAA Division I teams. Football career. College career. Dwayne Johnson. Number 94. Position defensive tackle. Major criminology and physiology. Personal information. Born May 2, 1972, age 52. Hayward, California, U.S. Height 6 feet 5 inches, 1.96 meters. Weight 253 pounds, 115 kilograms. Career history. College. Miami, FL, 1990 to 1994. Bowl games. Cotton Bowl Classic, 1991. Orange Bowl, 1992. High school Freedom High School. Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Career highlights and awards. National champion, 1991. As he did in high school, Johnson continued to play defensive tackle at the University of Miami, where he was a member of the Miami Hurricanes' 1991 team, which won that year's national championship. Despite playing for years there, however, Johnson found himself behind elite players on the depth chart, including future NFL star and Pro Football Hall of Fame inductee Warren Sapp, and appeared mostly in backup roles. In his time at Miami, Johnson played in 39 games with 1 start. He recorded 4.5 sacks and 77 tackles. In 1995, Johnson graduated with a Bachelor of General Studies and a dual major in criminology and physiology. He was also one of the university's most prolific student speakers in the Miami area community, frequently delivering positive messages about his own struggles and encouraging students to remain in school and avoid the dangers of drug use. Canadian Football League. After graduating, Johnson was signed by the Calgary Stampeders of the Canadian Football League. Calgary moved him from defensive tackle to linebacker. He was assigned to Calgary's practice roster, but was cut 2 months into Calgary's 1995 season. Professional wrestling career. Early career, 1996. Part of a series on professional wrestling. History. Notable promotions. Notable people. By region. Styles. Concepts. Culture. Media outlets. Controversies. Lists. Related topics. Veet. After being cut by Calgary, Johnson began his professional wrestling career the next year. In 1996, veteran wrestler Pat Patterson secured several tryout matches for Johnson with the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, in 1996. Wrestling at first under his real name, Johnson defeated the Brooklyn Brawler at a house show on March 10 and lost matches to Chris Candido and Owen Hart, after wrestling at Jerry Lawler's United States Wrestling Association under the name Flex Cavana and winning the USWA Tag Team Championship twice with his partner Bart Sawyer in the summer of 1996. Johnson was signed to a WWF contract. He received additional training from Tom Pritchard, alongside Achim Albrecht and Mark Henry. World Wrestling Federation / World Wrestling Entertainment. Intercontinental Champion, 1996 to 1997. Johnson made his WWF debut as Rocky Maivia, a combination of his father and grandfather's ring names, although announcers acknowledged his real name. He was initially reluctant to take this ring name, but was persuaded by Vince McMahon and Jim Ross that he was given the nickname the Blue Chipper, and to play up his lineage. He was hyped as the WWF's first third-generation wrestler. A clean-cut face character, Maivia was pushed heavily from the start despite his wrestling inexperience. He debuted on Monday Night Raw as a member of Mark Marrow's entourage on November 4, 1996. His first match came at Survivor Series on November 17, 1996, in an 8-man elimination tag match. He was the sole survivor and eliminated the final 2 members of the opposing team, Crush and Goldust. On February 13, 1997, He won the Intercontinental Championship from Hunter Hearst Helmsley on Monday Night Raw. Maivia then successfully defended the title against Helmsley at In Your House 13, Final 4. Johnson's first WrestleMania match came at WrestleMania 13 on March 23, 1997, where he was victorious in his Intercontinental Championship defense against the Sultan. WWF fans started to reject his character and push from the company that he defeated Bret Hart by disqualification in a title defense on the March 31 episode of Raw is War. Behind the scenes, Hart mentored Johnson for his first year in WWF and refused to be booked to take the title from him. On April 20, at In Your House 14, Revenge of the Taker, he lost to Savio Vega by countout but retained the title. Audiences became increasingly hostile toward Maivia, with chants of Die, and Rocky Sucks being heard during his matches. After losing the Intercontinental Championship to Owen Hart on the April 28, 1997, episode of Raw is War, Maivia suffered a legitimate knee injury in a match against Mankind in June 1997 and spent several months recovering. Nation of Domination, 1997 to 1998. See also, Nation of Domination. Upon returning in August 1997, Maivia turned heel for the first time in his career by lashing out at fans who had been booing him and joining Farouk, D'Lo Brown and Kama in the stable called the Nation of Domination. That he then refused to acknowledge the Rocky Maivia name, instead referring to himself in the third person as The Rock, though he would still be billed as The Rock Rocky Maivia until 1998. The Rock would then regularly insult the audience, WWF performers, and interviewers in his promos. At D-Generation X, In Your House on December 7, 1997, Stone Cold Steve Austin defeated The Rock in under 6 minutes to retain the Intercontinental Championship. The next night on Raw is War, Austin was ordered by Mr. McMahon to defend the title in a rematch, but forfeited it to The Rock instead, handing him the title belt before hitting him with the Stone Cold Stunner. The Rock feuded with Austin and Ken Shamrock through the end of 1997 and beginning of 1998. On January 19, 1998, at the Royal Rumble, The Rock defeated Shamrock by disqualification to retain the Intercontinental title. Later that night, he entered the Royal Rumble match and lasted until the final two before he was eliminated by Stone Cold Steve Austin. On March 29, at WrestleMania 14, he defeated Shamrock by disqualification once again to retain the title. The next night, on Raw is War, The Rock debuted a new Intercontinental Championship design and would later overthrow Farouk as leader of the Nation of Domination, the spark a feud between the two. He then successfully defended the Intercontinental title against Farouk at Over the Edge, In Your House on May 31. The stable would then refer to themselves as simply The Nation. The Rock and the Nation then feuded with Triple H and D-Generation X, with the two stable leaders first meeting in the quarterfinal of the 1998 King of the Ring tournament, which The Rock won. At King of the Ring, The Rock defeated Dan Severn in the semi-final match and lost to rival Ken Shamrock in the final. The Rock then resumed his feud with Triple H, as the two had a 2 out of 3 falls match at Fully Loaded, In Your House for the Intercontinental title, which The Rock retained in controversial fashion. This led to a ladder match at SummerSlam on August 30, 1998, where The Rock lost the title. In the latter half of 1998, The Rock saw a big uptick in fan support. He also started consolidating his famous persona during this time, which would last until 2000. His popularity caused him to be booked in a feud with fellow Nation members Mark Henry and D'Lo Brown, turning babyface in the process. Henry defeated him at Judgment Day, In Your House on October 18, 1998, after interference from Brown, effectively breaking up the stable. WWF Champion and Rise to Superstardom, 1998 to 2000. See also, The Corporation and Rock and Sock Connection. As part of The Corporation, The Rock feuded with Stone Cold Steve Austin and stole Austin's personalized WWF Championship and his Smoking Skull belt. The Rock was then entered into the Deadly Game tournament for the vacant WWF Championship. The finals occurred at Survivor Series on November 15, 1998, where The Rock defeated Vince McMahon's associate, Mankind, to win his first WWF Championship. A double turn then occurred as The Rock turned heel again after allying with Vince and Shane McMahon as the crown jewel of their stable, The Corporation, after the McMahons betrayed Mankind. On December 13, 1998, at the pay-per-view named after him, Rock Bottom, In Your House, The Rock had a rematch with Mankind for the WWF Championship. Mankind appeared to win the match when The Rock passed out to the mandible claw submission move, but Vince McMahon ruled that since The Rock did not tap out, he retained his title. In the main event of the January 4, 1999, episode of Raw is War, Mankind defeated The Rock for the championship after interference from Stone Cold Steve Austin. Then at the Royal Rumble on January 24, 1999, The Rock regained the title in an I Quit match, a type of submission match that only ends if one of the combatants says "I quit" on a microphone. Intended to show a vicious streak in The Rock's character, The Rock hit Mankind in the head with a steel chair 11 times instead of the scripted 5 shots already being risky. Most wrestling matches in the Attitude Era involving steel chairs had at most 2 or 3 shots to the head. After the 5th shot, Mankind was still ringside instead of 2/3 up the entrance ramp where he was supposed to be, and after the 11th shot, which knocked Mankind out, a recording of Mankind saying "I quit" from an earlier interview was played over the public address system. On January 31, during an episode of Sunday Night Heat, The Rock and Mankind participated in an empty arena match. A match that took place in an arena with 22,000 empty seats where any part of the facility could be used to contest the match. After 20 minutes of chaotic brawling in the ring, the stands, a kitchen, the catering area, an office, the arena corridors and finally a basement loading area, Mankind pinned The Rock using a forklift truck to win the WWF title. The two faced off again at St. Valentine's Day Massacre, in Your House on February 14, 1999, in a last man standing match which ended in a draw, meaning Mankind retained the title. Their feud ended on the February 15 Raw is War, when The Rock won his 3rd WWF Championship in a ladder match after a debuting Big Show interfered on his behalf. The Rock then lost the WWF Championship to Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania 15 on March 28, 1999. The Rock's popularity was fueled by his charisma and speaking abilities, which led to many catchphrases and merchandising opportunities. The Rock's popularity continued to grow, and audiences still cheered for him even though he was a heel. He then lost the title rematch against Stone Cold Steve Austin at Backlash, in Your House on April 25, 1999. The next night on Raw is War he was fired from the corporation after he was betrayed by Shane McMahon, turning him face again and starting a feud with Triple H, The Undertaker and the corporate ministry. On April 29, 1999, WWF aired the pilot episode of SmackDown, a term derived from one of The Rock's catchphrases. In the episode, The Rock continued his feud with the corporate ministry. This led to a match with Triple H at Over the Edge on May 23, 1999, which The Rock won, and a match for the WWF Championship against The Undertaker at King of the Ring, which The Rock lost. The Rock then lost a number 1 contenders match to Triple H at Fully Loaded after interference from Mr. Ass Billy Gunn. The Rock then defeated Gunn in a Kiss My Ass match at SummerSlam on August 22, 1999. The Rock was also given the privilege of having his own signature match, like The Undertaker with the Buried Alive match, King with the Inferno match and Mankind with the Boiler Room Brawl. The Brahma Bull Rope match, a variant of a strap match, was a normal singles match where the components are tied together with a rope used for cattle farming, and the rope and its attached cowbell could both be used as weapons. The Rock contested this match twice, both times in Texas, versus Triple H in Dallas, and versus Al Snow in Houston. Shortly after SummerSlam, The Rock began teaming with former opponent Mankind and the two became known as the Rock and Sock Connection. They became WWF Tag Team Champions for the first time after defeating The Undertaker and Big Show for the titles on the August 30, 1999, episode of Raw is War. The two performed a number of critically acclaimed comedic skits together, including one called This Is Your Life, which saw Mankind bring parody versions of people from The Rock's past on television, such as his high school girlfriend and his high school football coach, only to have The Rock insult them. The segment earned an 8.4 Nielsen rating, one of the highest ratings ever for a Raw segment. The two lost the titles back to Undertaker and Big Show on the September 9 episode of SmackDown, and won them back from them on the September 20 episode of Raw is War. Rock and Mankind then lost the titles to the New Age Outlaws on the very next episode of SmackDown. Rock and Mankind would win the tag titles for the third and final time after beating the New Age Outlaws on the October 14 episode of SmackDown, before losing the titles to the Holly Cousins on the October 18 episode of Raw is War. At the Royal Rumble on January 23, 2000, The Rock entered the Royal Rumble match and was one of the final two remaining, along with Big Show. In an attempt at a false finish, Big Show intended to throw The Rock over the top rope in a running power slam-like position, before The Rock countered the move on the ring apron, sending Big Show to the floor before re-entering the ring as the winner. But The Rock's feet accidentally hit the floor during the reversal attempt, though those watching the event on television did not see that. This was played up in the storyline as Big Show provided additional video footage showing it and claimed to be the rightful winner. The Rock's #1 contendership for the WWF Championship was then put on the line against Big Show at No Way Out on February 27, 2000, which Big Show won after Shane McMahon interfered. The Rock then defeated Big Show on the March 13 episode of Raw is War to regain the right to face the WWF champion, Triple H, at WrestleMania 2000 on April 2, in a fatal four-way elimination match, also including Big Show and Mick Foley. Each wrestler had a McMahon in his corner. Triple H had his wife Stephanie, Foley had Linda, The Rock had Vince and Big Show had Shane. The Rock lasted until the final two but was eliminated by Triple H after Vince betrayed him by hitting him with a chair. Due to his image at the time, a Magic, the Gathering deck archetype was named after him. Record-breaking world champion, 2000 to 2002. The Rock as the WWF champion in 2000. In the following weeks, The Rock continued his feud with Triple H and eventually won his fourth WWF Championship, which he won on April 30 at Backlash, after Stone Cold Steve Austin intervened on his behalf. The following night on Raw is War, he successfully defended his title against Shane McMahon in a steel cage match. On May 21, at Judgment Day, The Rock faced Triple H in an Iron Man match with Shawn Michaels as the special guest referee, with the score tied at 5 falls each, and with seconds left on the time limit. The Rock was disqualified when The Undertaker attacked Triple H, thus giving Triple H the 6-5 win and the title. The Rock won the WWF Championship for a fifth time at King of the Ring on June 25 by scoring the winning pin in a 6-man tag team match, teaming with Kane and The Undertaker against Shane McMahon, Triple H and Vince McMahon, whom he pinned. The Rock successfully defended the championship against Chris Benoit on July 23 at Fully Loaded. The next month, he successfully defended his title against Kurt Angle and Triple H at SummerSlam. The Rock had another successful title defense against Benoit, Kane and The Undertaker on September 24 at Unforgiven. The Rock then lost the WWF Championship to Kurt Angle at No Mercy on October 22, 2000. The next month, The Rock feuded with Rikishi and defeated him at Survivor Series. The Rock wrestled a 6-man Hell in a Cell match for the WWF Championship at Armageddon, which Angle won to retain the title. On the December 18 episode of Raw is War, The Rock won the WWF Tag Team Championship with The Undertaker, defeating Edge and Christian, before losing it back to them the next night at a SmackDown. Taping in 2001, The Rock continued to feud with Angle over the WWF Championship, culminating at No Way Out on February 25, 2001, where he pinned Angle to win the WWF Championship for a 6th time. The Rock then feuded with the Royal Rumble winner, Stone Cold Steve Austin, whom he lost the title to at WrestleMania X7 after Austin allied with Vince McMahon, who interfered on his behalf. On the next night's Raw is War, during a steel cage title rematch, Triple H attacked The Rock, allying with McMahon and Austin and helping Austin retain the championship. Austin and Triple H then formed a tag team called the Power Trip, while The Rock was indefinitely suspended in storyline. Johnson used this time off to act in The Scorpion King. The Rock taunting an opponent at ringside at WWF Raw, October 2001. The Rock returned in late July 2001 when the WWF was feuding with rival promotions World Championship Wrestling, WCW, and Extreme Championship Wrestling, ECW, during what is known as the Invasion storyline. In reality, WCW was purchased by Vince McMahon and the WWF, and ECW had gone out of business in early 2001. Many former WCW and ECW wrestlers were then brought onto WWF television and formed the Alliance to compete with WWF in storyline. The Alliance and Vince McMahon then both attempted to persuade The Rock to join their team. The Rock then aligned with McMahon and the WWF. The next month, The Rock defeated Booker T at SummerSlam to win the WCW Championship for the first time. He later lost the title to Chris Jericho at No Mercy on October 21, 2001. The next night on Raw, he teamed with Jericho to win the WWF Tag Team Championship from the Dudley Boys. The two then lost the tag titles to Booker T and Test on the November 1, 2001 episode of SmackDown. The Rock defeated Jericho on the November 5 episode of Raw for his second WCW championship. As part of the WWF's battle against the Alliance, The Rock wrestled in a winner-takes-all 5-on-5 elimination tag team match at Survivor Series, where the losing team's company would be dissolved in storyline. He was a member of Team WWF along with Chris Jericho, The Undertaker, Kane, and Big Show. The Alliance's team consisted of Stone Cold Steve Austin, Kurt Angle, Booker T, Rob Van Dam, and Shane McMahon. In the end, it came down to a one-on-one between The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin. The Rock seemed to have the upper hand until his teammate Jericho entered the ring and attacked The Rock. Austin tried to capitalize on this by pinning The Rock, but Kurt Angle revealed his true allegiance by attacking Austin. The Rock then pinned Austin, giving Team WWF the victory and forcing the Alliance to disband. The Rock's WCW Championship was renamed the Unbranded World Championship following the Alliance's loss. At the next pay-per-view, Vengeance on December 9, 2001, The Rock lost the World Championship to Jericho, who would then unify the WWF and World titles later that night. The Rock then unsuccessfully challenged Jericho for the now undisputed WWF Championship at Royal Rumble on January 20, 2002. The Rock doing his signature pose before wrestling Hulk Hogan, bottom right, at WrestleMania X8, March 2002. At the next pay-per-view, No Way Out, on February 17, 2002, The Rock defeated The Undertaker in a singles match. The event also saw the WWF debut of the famed WCW faction New World Order, which at the time consisted of Hollywood Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash, and Scott Hall. This later led to a match between The Rock and Hogan at WrestleMania X8 on March 17, 2002. The match was billed as Icon vs. Icon, with both men representing the top tier of two generations of wrestling. Ultimately, The Rock pinned Hogan at WrestleMania X8 to win the match. Despite The Rock portraying a heroic character and Hogan a villain, a portion of the crowd attending the Skydome was rooting heavily for Hogan. In an interview in 2013, Hogan said he and The Rock changed the style of the match on the fly based on the crowd's response, after the introduction of the first-ever brand extension. The WWF held a draft lottery on the March 25, 2002, episode of Raw. The Rock was the number 1 overall pick, going to the SmackDown brand before taking a sabbatical from wrestling. The Rock made a surprise return on a June episode of Raw before going to his assigned brand of SmackDown. There, he was named the number 1 contender for the WWE Undisputed Championship, which he won for a record-setting 7th time at Vengeance, on July 21, by defeating Kurt Angle and then champion The Undertaker in a triple threat match. The Rock successfully defended the title at the Global Warning event against Triple H and Brock Lesnar after pinning Triple H. On August 25 at SummerSlam, after interference from Lesnar's manager Paul Heyman, The Rock lost the WWE Undisputed Championship to Lesnar along with the record for the youngest WWE champion, which he had set in 1998. In 2018, writing for ESPN.com, Sean Coyle noted in a retrospective review of the event that following his victory over Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania X8, The Rock started to see a dip in fan support, and that dip turned into a plunge by the time Rock had his match with Lesnar at SummerSlam because fans knew he was leaving WWE to pursue an acting career, as evidenced by the negative crowd response during his match with Lesnar. After SummerSlam ended, The Rock was visibly angry at the crowd reaction. When he tried to do a post-show speech for the crowd, the fans booed him. He eventually cut a short promo, declaring that Sing-Along with The Rock is over. The Rock then took time off to kickstart his acting career. Hollywood Rock, 2003. The Rock defeated Stone Cold Steve Austin, left, in Austin's final match at WrestleMania 19 in March 2003. The Rock returned on the January 30, 2003, episode of SmackDown to set up another match with Hulk Hogan at No Way Out. Because of negative fan reaction during previous matches as a result of his budding acting career, The Rock turned heel for the first time since 1999. He also started a new persona that has been called Hollywood Rock, with a new look and a shaved head. The Rock defeated Hogan at No Way Out before moving to the Raw brand. There, he had various small feuds, including one with the Hurricane. He also began performing rock concerts, segments in which he played the guitar and mocked WWE performers and fans in song. After failing to win a #1 contendership for the World Heavyweight Championship, The Rock went into another program with Stone Cold Steve Austin. This led to a match at WrestleMania 19 on March 30, 2003, which called back to their previous 2 WrestleMania encounters, both of which Austin had won. The Rock won after delivering 3 consecutive rock bottoms, ending their long-running rivalry in what turned out to be Austin's final match. Until WrestleMania 38 at the next night, Raw was billed as the Rock Appreciation Night, in honor of his victory over Austin. That night, he was attacked by a debuting Goldberg. At Backlash on April 27, 2003, Goldberg defeated The Rock, who then briefly left WWE to film Walking Tall. Final feuds and departure, 2003 to 2004. On the June 2 episode of Raw, The Rock turned face after joining the highlight reel and attacking Christian and Chris Jericho with Booker T. That he would later return on the December 8 episode of Raw to help Mick Foley against La Resistance. In 2004, The Rock aided Mick Foley in his feud against Evolution, leading to a reunion of The Rock and Sock Connection. They lost against Ric Flair, Randy Orton, and Batista in a handicap match at WrestleMania XX on March 14, 2004, when Orton pinned Foley after an RKO. This was Johnson's final wrestling match until November 2011. The Rock appeared in WWE sporadically following WrestleMania XX. He made returns to provide support for Eugene against Jonathan Coachman and made a cameo in his hometown of Miami, where he confronted Randy Orton. On the August 23 episode of Raw, he hosted a pie-eating contest as part of the WWE Diva Search and ended the segment by giving Coachman a people's elbow. The Rock's contract with WWE then ended and he started his full-time acting career. Non-wrestling appearances, 2007 to 2009. On March 12, 2007, The Rock appeared on a WWE show after nearly 3 years via a pre-taped promo shown during Raw. He correctly predicted that Bobby Lashley would defeat Umaga at WrestleMania 23 in Donald Trump's and Vince McMahon's Battle of the Billionaires hair versus hair match. On March 29, 2008, Johnson inducted his father Rocky Johnson and grandfather Peter Maivia into the WWE Hall of Fame. His next appearance was through a pre-taped promo on October 2, 2009, during the Decade of SmackDown. Independent Circuit, 2009. On September 30, 2009, The Rock appeared at a World Extreme Wrestling (WXW) show to support the professional wrestling debut of Sirona Snuka, the daughter of his longtime friend and mentor Jimmy Snuka. Return to WWE. Feud with John Cena, 2011 to 2013. The Rock in the ring as WrestleMania XXVI host, April 2011. On February 14, 2011, The Rock was announced as the host of WrestleMania XXVI on April 3, 2011, appearing live on Raw for the first time in almost 7 years. During a lengthy promo, he addressed the fans and started a feud with John Cena. After numerous appearances via satellite, The Rock appeared live on the Raw before WrestleMania XXVI to confront Cena. After he and Cena exchanged insults, The Miz and Alex Riley appeared and attacked The Rock. He fended off Miz and Riley, only for Cena to blindside him with an attitude adjustment. The Rock and John Cena left on Raw, agreeing to a match at WrestleMania 18 1 year in advance. On April 3, at WrestleMania XXVI, The Rock opened the show by cutting a promo. After appearing in numerous backstage segments, The Rock came to ringside to restart the main event between Cena and The Miz as a no disqualification match, after it had ended in a draw. As revenge for the attitude adjustment Cena had given him on Raw, Rock hit Cena with the Rock Bottom, allowing The Miz to pin him and retain the WWE Championship. After the match, Rock attacked Miz and hit him with the People's Elbow. The next night on Raw, The Rock and Cena agreed to a match at WrestleMania 18 the next year. They then worked together to fend off an attack by the Core, which at the time consisted of Wade Barrett, Heath Slater, Justin Gabriel, and Ezekiel Jackson. The Rock appeared live on Raw in his hometown of Miami to celebrate his 39th birthday. On September 16, WWE announced The Rock would wrestle in a traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series tag team match, teaming with Cena at Survivor Series in November, but on the October 24 episode of Raw Super Show, Cena instead suggested The Rock be his partner in a standard tag team match against The Miz and R-Truth, a team called Awesome Truth, which Rock agreed to the next week. On November 14, during the special Raw Gets Rocked, The Rock appeared live, delivering rock bottoms to Mick Foley, who had been hosting a This Is Your Lifestyle segment for Cena, and later both members of Awesome Truth. The Rock and Cena defeated Awesome Truth on November 20th at Survivor Series, when The Rock pinned The Miz. After the match, The Rock gave Cena a rock bottom. The Rock celebrating his victory at WrestleMania 18, April 2012. Leading up to WrestleMania, The Rock and Cena had several verbal confrontations on Raw Super Show. On the March 12, 2012, episode of Raw Super Show, The Rock hosted his first rock concert segment since 2004, mocking Cena in his songs. On April 1, at WrestleMania 18, The Rock defeated Cena in the main event after countering Cena's attempt at a people's elbow into a rock bottom and pinning Cena. This event broke the record for biggest professional wrestling pay-per-view buy rate. The following night on Raw Super Show, The Rock praised Cena, calling their match an honor. He then vowed to once again become WWE Champion. On July 23, at Raw 1000, The Rock announced he would wrestle for the WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. During the show, he encountered then-reigning WWE Champion CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, and John Cena, all of whom expressed a desire to face him. The Rock later saved Cena from an assault by Big Show, only to be laid out by CM Punk. On the January 7, 2013, episode of Raw, The Rock returned to confront his Royal Rumble opponent CM Punk. On January 11, he made his first SmackDown appearance in 10 years, getting into an altercation with Team Rhodes Scholars, resulting in him delivering a rock bottom to Damian Sandow and a people's elbow to Cody Rhodes. The Rock closed out the 20th anniversary episode of Raw, on January 14, with one of his rock concerts, leading to a brawl with CM Punk. The following week on Raw, The Rock was attacked by The Shield. Vince McMahon then asserted that if The Shield attacked The Rock in his title match with CM Punk, Punk would be stripped of the WWE Championship. The Rock revealing the brand new WWE Championship design on WWE Raw, February 2013. On January 27, at the Royal Rumble, CM Punk would seemingly defeat The Rock after the arena lights went out and someone attacked The Rock. Vince McMahon then came out and was about to strip Punk of the championship. However, at The Rock's request, he instead restarted the match. This culminated in The Rock defeating Punk to win his 8th WWE Championship. Punk received a title rematch with The Rock at Elimination Chamber on February 17, 2013, with the added stipulation that if The Rock was disqualified or counted out, he would still lose the WWE Championship. The Rock would pin Punk to defeat him and retain the championship. The following night on Raw, The Rock unveiled a new WWE Championship design, with a different center plate and removable customizable side plates which had his Brahma Bull logo. The Rock then resumed his rivalry with John Cena, who won that year's Royal Rumble, to set up a rematch of the previous WrestleMania match between the two at WrestleMania 29, only this time with the WWE Championship on the line. On April 7, at WrestleMania 29, Rock lost the WWE Championship to Cena, ending his reign at 70 days, despite being advertised for Raw after WrestleMania, where it was stated that The Rock was still entitled a rematch for the WWE Championship. The Rock did not appear because of a real injury sustained during his match with Cena, in which his abdominal and adductor tendons tore from his pelvis. Johnson underwent surgery on April 23 to reattach the torn tendons. Post-surgery, it made his abdomen look far less muscular than the rest of his body, notably his arms. Part-time appearances, 2014 to 2023. The Rock, right, confronts Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania XXX, April 2014. In April 2014, The Rock appeared in the opening segment of WrestleMania XXX along with Stone Cold Steve Austin and Hulk Hogan. On the October 6 episode of Raw, The Rock made a surprise appearance to confront Rusev and Lana. This resulted in The Rock clearing Rusev from the ring. The Rock appeared at the 2015 Royal Rumble event on January 25, 2015, during the main event match, where he helped his relative Roman Reigns fend off Big Show and Kane after Reigns eliminated them from the match. Reigns then won the match and The Rock endorsed him in the ring. The Rock appeared at WrestleMania 31 on March 29, 2015, alongside Ronda Rousey, getting into an in-ring altercation with Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. Rock and Rousey prevailed after he attacked Triple H and she overpowered McMahon. On June 27, The Rock appeared at a live event in Boston, where he confronted Bo Dallas and gave him a rock bottom. The Wyatt family confronting The Rock at WrestleMania 32, April 2016. On the January 25, 2016, episode of Raw, The Rock was in a segment that saw him converse with The Miz, Big Show, Lana and Rusev before he and his relatives, the Usos, got into an altercation with then WWE Tag Team Champions, The New Day. The Rock appeared at WrestleMania 32 on April 3, 2016, where he announced that WWE had broken the all-time WrestleMania attendance record before being interrupted by the Wyatt family. The Rock got into a verbal back-and-forth with Bray Wyatt before having an impromptu match with Wyatt family member Eric Rowan. The Rock won after giving Rowan a rock bottom and pinning him in 6 seconds, which set the record for the fastest win in WrestleMania history. The Rock was then aided by a returning John Cena to fend off Wyatt, Rowan, and Braun Strowman. On the February 20, 2017, episode of Raw, The Rock made an untelevised appearance after the broadcast had gone off the air, where he promoted and filmed a scene for his then-upcoming film Fighting with My Family. On August 3, 2019, The Rock officially announced his retirement from professional wrestling. On September 30, 2019, after weeks of speculation, The Rock announced that he would appear on SmackDown's 20th anniversary on October 4, 2019, marking his first appearance on SmackDown since October 2014 and his first televised appearance since April 2016. At the event, he cut a promo with Becky Lynch before they were interrupted by King Corbin. After attacking Corbin, The Rock and Lynch celebrated in the ring. On September 15, 2023, The Rock made a surprise return to SmackDown, in a segment with Pat McAfee and Austin Theory, who Rock took out within the segment. This marked his first televised appearance in WWE since October 4, 2019. The Final Boss, 2024, present. See also, The Bloodline, Professional Wrestling. It was teased that a former WWE champion would be appearing on the Day 1 edition of Raw on January 1, 2024. The unidentified champion was at first revealed to be Jinder Mahal, who insulted the crowd before being interrupted by The Rock in his first live appearance on Raw since 2016. The two brawled and The Rock emerged victorious, after which he asked the crowd if he should sit at the head of the table in a direct reference to undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns, his relative whose nickname is the head of the table. The Rock also appeared on the February 2 episode of SmackDown, where he confronted Reigns after Royal Rumble winner Cody Rhodes decided against choosing Reigns as his WrestleMania 40 opponent to allow The Rock to face Reigns. This was met by intense backlash from fans who wanted Rhodes to face Reigns. The WrestleMania XL media event on February 8 thus saw The Rock align himself with Reigns, chastise Rhodes for reversing his decision not to choose Reigns as his WrestleMania opponent, and slap Rhodes for speaking out against the Anoa'i family, of which The Rock and Reigns are both members, thus turning heel for the first time since 2003. As WWE's chief creative officer Triple H was being interviewed backstage over what had just transpired, The Rock and Reigns walked by and told him to fix it or they would, though Triple H would later appear on SmackDown to stand by Rhodes' decision. The Rock and Roman Reigns defeated Cody Rhodes and Seth freakin' Rollins at WrestleMania XL in April 2024. On the February 16 episode of SmackDown, The Rock officially joined Reigns' faction The Bloodline, debuting a new character similar to past iterations of him, including Hollywood Rock. He then appeared on the March 1 episode of SmackDown, where he gave himself the new nickname of The Final Boss and issued a challenge to Rhodes and Seth Rollins, if they beat him and Reigns in a tag team match at WrestleMania Night 1. Rhodes' championship match against Reigns on Night 2 will be free of interference from the Bloodline, but if Rhodes and Rollins lose, the championship match will be contested under Bloodline rules. During the 2024 WWE Hall of Fame, The Rock received a People's Championship from Lonnie Ali.in the Night 1 main event of WrestleMania XL. The Rock and Reigns went on to defeat Rhodes and Rollins in a tag team match. The Rock appeared during the Night 2 main event of WrestleMania XL between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes, where he performed a rock bottom on John Cena. Afterwards, The Undertaker appeared and took out The Rock with a chokeslam. Rhodes would then defeat Reigns for undisputed WWE Universal Championship the following night. On the Raw after WrestleMania in Philadelphia, The Rock interrupted Rhodes' celebration, stating that even though he has to leave for a bit, once he returns he plans on coming for him. This action would allow Johnson to take time off for filming the biopic The Smashing Machine. Mainstream crossover. The Rock in a 2001 Vanity Fair photo shoot. The Rock appeared on Wyclef Jean's 2000 single It Doesn't Matter, and in its music video he also recorded Pie with Slick Rick for WWF The Music, Volume 5. In 1999, Johnson appeared on That 70s Show as his father Rocky Johnson. The next year, he was on Star Trek Voyager as an alien wrestler who used The Rock's moves. In 2000, he hosted Saturday Night Live (SNL) for the first time, and fellow wrestlers Triple H, Big Show, and Mick Foley also appeared on the show. Johnson has said the success of that episode is the reason he began receiving offers from Hollywood studios. He has since hosted SNL for more times. In 1999, The Rock was listed number 1 on Entertainment Weekly's Top 12 Entertainers of the Year. In 2000, Access Hollywood ranked him number 1 in their list of the top 10 celebrities of 2000. That year, Rock was also listed in the Forbes Celebrity 100 and People magazine's 25 Most Intriguing People. The Rock was listed on Entertainment Weekly's 101 Most Influential People in both 2000 and 2001. In 2001, he was also listed on E!'s 20 Top Entertainers. In 2002, The Rock was listed on E!'s 25 Toughest Stars. In 2003, he was listed in VH1's 200 Greatest Pop Culture Icons and was number 7 in People magazine's 50 Favorite TV Stars. The Rock made a surprise appearance at the official Xbox unveiling during Bill Gates' keynote speech at the ongoing Computer Electronics Show in 2001. Johnson's motion picture debut was as the Scorpion King in The Mummy Returns, 2001. The movie broke a 2-year record for the highest-grossing single day in film history by earning $28,594,667. The movie's financial success led to Johnson's first leading role in the spin-off The Scorpion King, 2002. He received $5.5 million for the role, and Guinness World Records named him the record holder for highest-paid actor in their first leading role. The Rock has appeared on the covers of many magazines, including Rolling Stone, Entertainment Weekly, and TV Guide. He has also appeared in, and been the cover athlete for, several video games. As of November 2021, his Instagram account is the 4th most followed in the world, with over 280 million followers. Legacy in professional wrestling. The Rock has been listed as one of the all-time greatest professional wrestlers, as well as one of the top draws in wrestling history. Many have placed The Rock on their Mount Rushmore of pro wrestling, including Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, and John Cena. In Cablevision's Television Beyond Broadcasting, The Rock was described as, for a long time, the WWE's biggest star and probably held the greatest international appeal. R.D. Reynolds stated in his book The WrestleCrap Book of Lists that The Rock was the biggest star for WWE from 1999 until 2004. The Rock's I Quit match with Mankind at the 1999 Royal Rumble event is infamous for its brutality and one of the most popular I Quit match of all times. The Rock main event, the most bought pay-per-view worldwide in WWE history, WrestleMania 18, the most bought pay-per-view domestically in WWE history, WrestleMania X7, the highest-rated Raw in history, the highest-rated SmackDown in history, and was part of the highest-rated cable segment in WWE history with Mankind entitled This Is Your Life, in which Mankind would honor The Rock with various gifts and reunions. His return in 2001 had a 7.1 rating, the highest-rated segment of the year. The Rock was also part of the highest-rated match of the 21st century when his WWF Championship defense against Shane McMahon, on May 1, 2000, got an 8.3 rating, making it the highest-rated segment of all time, behind This Is Your Life. In 2011, The Rock's return to an episode of Raw generated an average of 4.7 million viewers in the United States, with 7.4 million tuning in during his promo. Raw 1000 was the highest-rated Raw episode of 2012, and his segment with CM Punk and Daniel Bryan was the highest-rated segment of the show. In 2013, the night after The Rock won the WWE Championship for the first time in over a decade, at Royal Rumble, Raw got its highest rating of that year. Derived from one of his catchphrases, Lay the Smackdown, WWE introduced in 1999 its second flagship program, WWE SmackDown, which became television's second longest-running weekly episodic program in history. The term SmackDown was included in Merriam-Webster dictionaries in 2007. He is also known for popularizing the term jabroni, derived from jobber, although it was originally introduced by the Iron Sheik. The Rock holds the record for most Raw shows main event in 1 year, 38 in 2000, most SmackDown shows main event in 1 year, 36 in 2000, and is tied with Stone Cold Steve Austin, in 2001, for most PPV shows main event in 1 year, 12 in 2000. The Rock is also one of 2 wrestlers, the other being The Undertaker, to main event WrestleMania in 4 different decades. 1990s, 15, 1999, 2000s, WrestleMania 2000, 2000, X7, 2001, 2010s, 18i, 2012, 29, 2013, 2020s, XL, 2024. At the 2021 Survivor Series, WWE held a 25-man battle royal to celebrate the 25th anniversary of The Rock's WWE debut. The match was won by Omos. Acting career. Johnson in April 2009. See also, Dwayne Johnson filmography. Career beginnings, 1999 to 2010. Johnson entered Hollywood and the film industry, becoming a star initially through his wrestling popularity and noted work ethic. Over his acting career, he became one of the highest-paid and most successful actors in Hollywood. He began his acting career on television while wrestling. In his first television acting job, in 1999, he played his father in an episode of that 70s show called That Wrestling Show. Nearly a year later, he appeared in the Star Trek Voyager episode Sunkets as an alien wrestler who fought popular character 7 of 9. While Johnson was away from WWE, the company continued to sell The Rock merchandise, and he continued to be featured prominently in the opening montages of their television shows. Johnson began his film career in earnest with roles in The Mummy Returns, 2001, The Scorpion King, 2002, The Rundown, 2003, and Walking Tall, 2004. He had a supporting role in Be Cool, 2005, as a bodyguard hoping to become an actor, and was the primary antagonist in Doom, 2005. He also had roles in Gridiron Gang, 2006, Reno 911, Miami, 2007, and Southland Tales, 2006. He played a cocky famous American football player in The Game Plan, 2007, Agent 23 in Get Smart, 2008, a cab driver in Race to Witch Mountain, 2009, the title character in Tooth Fairy, 2010, and a police officer in The Other Guys, 2010. He presented the Academy Award for Best Visual Effects at the 80th Academy Awards. Commercial success, 2011 to 2020. Johnson's first big box office success came in 2011, portraying Luke Hobbs in Fast 5, 2011. The film became the 7th highest-grossing film of 2011. He also starred in the box office hit Journey 2, The Mysterious Island in 2012. He became known for reinvigorating film franchises after portraying Marvin F. Hinton/Roadblock in G.I. Joe, Retaliation, and reprising his role as Luke Hobbs in Fast and Furious 6, 2013, while also starring in true story films Pain and Gain, 2013, and Empire State, 2013. That same year, he hosted and produced the TNT reality competition series The Hero, and won the Favorite Male Butt Kicker Award at the 2013 Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. In May 2013, it was announced that he would executive produce and star in Ballers, an HBO comedy drama series about NFL players living in Miami. By December of that year, Forbes named him the top-grossing actor of 2013, with his films bringing in $1.3 billion worldwide for the year. Forbes credited the success of Fast and Furious 6, which grossed $789 million globally, and his frequent acting work as primary reasons for topping the list. Johnson starred as the title character in Hercules in 2014 and hosted another reality series for TNT that same year, entitled Wake Up Call, which saw him lending a helping hand to everyday people who were facing enormous challenges in their lives alongside guest experts such as Rocco DiSpirito, Jillian Michaels, and Josh Shipp. In 2015, Johnson reprised his role as Luke Hobbs in Furious 7 and starred in the disaster film San Andreas. In 2016, he co-starred with Kevin Hart in the action comedy Central Intelligence and had a lead voice role in the Disney animated film Moana, in which he voiced the Polynesian demigod Maui. He reprised his role as Luke Hobbs in The Fate of the Furious, which was released in 2017. Johnson starred in 2 other blockbuster movies that year, Baywatch and Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle as Mitchell Mitch Buchanan and Dr. Smolder Bravestone, respectively. In 2018, he starred in the action films Rampage and Skyscraper. Johnson's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in July 2022. Johnson's role within the Fast and Furious franchise continued with Fast and Furious Presents, Hobbs and Shaw, starring alongside co-star Jason Statham. David Leitch directed the project from a script co-written by franchise writer Chris Morgan and Drew Pearce. The film began principal photography in September 2018 and was released on July 26, 2019. Johnson will reprise his role in Hobbs and Shaw 2 after not appearing in F9 and also not returning in Fast X or Fast and Furious 1. In May 2023, it was reported that he would make a cameo appearance during a post-credits scene of Fast X. Johnson reprised his role as Bravestone in Jumanji: The Next Level. With the critical and financial success of Welcome to the Jungle, production of the movie began in early 2019, and it was released on December 13, 2019. Streaming Ventures, 2021, present. In 2021, Johnson co-starred with Emily Blunt in Disney's Jungle Cruise as Frank Wolf. The film is based on the theme park ride of the same name. Jaume Collet-Serra directed, with a script by Michael Green from a previous one by J.D. Payne and Patrick McKay. In addition to his work on the film, Johnson assisted with redesigning the titular ride for all Disney theme parks. Jungle Cruise was released on July 30, 2021. Also in 2021, Johnson starred in Netflix's film Red Notice, written and directed by Ross and Marshall Thurber. It is the third time that the two collaborated, after Central Intelligence and Skyscraper. It co-stars Gal Gadot and Ryan Reynolds. Johnson is noted for his busy schedule and developing multiple projects at once. A sequel to the box office hit San Andreas was announced to be in the pre-production stage, with the director of the first film, Brad Peyton, returning as director along with the main cast, marking the fourth collaboration between the two following Journey to San Andreas and Rampage. On November 14, 2019, he announced a December 2021 release date for the standalone Black Adam film. Production on Black Adam began filming in April 2021 and was released on October 21, 2022. He earned $22.5 million to star in the film and received millions more for producing and promoting it on social media. Johnson has been a member of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences in the Actors Branch since 2017. In 2024, he presented an award alongside Bad Bunny. On March 16, 2021, he appeared for the first time as the Foundation in Fortnite Battle Royale. Johnson was initially uncredited in his role, yet teased his involvement in a cryptic Instagram post shared on the day of the event. Following another Instagram video for Johnson's ZOA energy drink, in which the Foundation's helmet and sidearm were subtly featured in the background, his involvement was finally confirmed during the Chapter 2 end event on December 4, 2021, with the Foundation removing his helmet to reveal that he shared Johnson's voice and likeness. In May 2023, Johnson reprised his role as Luke Hobbs in a cameo appearance during the mid-credits scene of Fast X. Producer. In 2012, Johnson founded his production company 7 Bucks Productions. Though originally attached as producer and star, Johnson will now serve solely as the former on a film adaptation of the Jansen Directive. John Cena will fill the leading role, with Akiva Goldsman attached as screenwriter. Additionally, he will produce and star in a Netflix-exclusive film titled John Henry and the Statesman as the titular folklore hero. The film will be directed by Jake Kasdan, from a script by Kasdan and Tom Wheeler. With the first official teaser trailer released in October 2018, the project marks Kasdan's and Johnson's third collaboration, after Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle and Jumanji: The Next Level. In 2019, Johnson produced and appeared as himself in Fighting with My Family, a comedy drama about Soraya Bevis and her family, who are also professional wrestlers. Johnson will co-produce and star in The King, a film about King Kamehameha Kunuiakia, founder and first ruler of the Kingdom of Hawaii. The project will be directed by Robert Zemeckis, from a script by Randall Wallace. The movie will be comparable to Braveheart in tone, given Wallace's work on both films, and will depict the King's role in resolving the wars among the islands of Hawaii. The King was scheduled to begin production in 2020, but was halted by the COVID-19 pandemic. Johnson is also attached to produce/star in a sequel to Big Trouble in Little China, as well as project under development with Shane Black focusing on a new interpretation of Doc Savage. In 2021, his biographical comedy drama series Young Rock began airing on NBC. A film centered around Tathadam/Black Adam, a part of the DC Extended Universe, was announced to be in development in January 2017. Originally cast in the role as early as September 2014 as the antagonist, in a film centered around the superhero Billy Batson/Shazam, his villainous role for Shazam was reworked into 2 separate films. Johnson did not appear in Shazam, but he served as a producer and his likeness was used for special effects and flashback scenes.